Imagine this. Your name is called in English, you know what to say, but your heart races, your mouth dries, and the words vanish. Silence. If this is you, take a breath, you're not broken. You're brave, and you're at the doorway to real fluency. Welcome to From Fear to Fluency. This audiobook is your guide to turning speaking anxiety into confidence, with practical steps and motivation for learners just like you. Here, you'll learn how to reprogram your mindset, practice daily, celebrate small wins, handle real conversations, and turn mistakes into growth. Fluency isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Every word you speak, every sentence you attempt, builds the confident English speaker you are becoming. Grab a notebook, your Fear to Fluency journal, and write, "I am an English speaker in progress." That's your starting point. Small actions, done consistently, lead to transformation. Your journey begins now. Chapter 1: Understanding Your Speaking Anxiety. Have you ever felt your heart race, your palms sweat, and your voice disappear the moment you had to speak English in front of someone? You are not alone. Millions of learners all over the world feel the same way. And here's the truth: anxiety doesn't mean you're weak. It means your brain is reacting to something unfamiliar. But what if I told you that this fear is not your enemy, it's your hidden key to fluency? Fear often shows up when we step outside our comfort zone. And speaking a new language is one of the most vulnerable acts a person can attempt. Why? Because it involves putting your identity on display. When you speak your native language, you feel safe, competent, and natural. But when you speak English, suddenly you feel like a child again, afraid of being judged, afraid of making mistakes, afraid of sounding less intelligent than you really are. This fear is natural. Your brain is wired to protect you from embarrassment, failure, and rejection. It interprets speaking in a foreign language as a kind of danger. That's why your body reacts with racing thoughts, nervous laughter, or even complete silence. The good news? Anxiety is just energy. And energy can be redirected. Step 1: Name your fear. Instead of running from your fear, start by naming it. Say to yourself, "I'm afraid people will laugh at my mistakes. I'm afraid I won't find the right words. I'm afraid I'll freeze and look stupid." Once you name it, your fear loses half its power. Why? Because clarity brings control. You can't fight an invisible enemy, but you can overcome a fear you can see clearly. Step 2: Reframe mistakes. Think back to when you first learned to ride a bicycle. Did you fall? Of course you did. But each fall was proof that you were learning. Speaking English is exactly the same. Every mistake is a step forward, not backward. Mistakes are not failures, they are progress markers. Without them, fluency would be impossible. Here's a powerful reframe: every time you make a mistake in English, celebrate it. Literally say, "Yes, that mistake just brought me one step closer to fluency." This simple mental shift will start rewiring your brain to view mistakes as opportunities instead of threats. Step 3: Separate identity from performance. Many learners believe that if their English isn't perfect, people will think they are less smart. But let me tell you a secret: your intelligence has nothing to do with your accent, grammar, or vocabulary. You are not your English level. You are a whole, capable person who happens to be learning a global skill. The moment you realize this, your anxiety will soften. You'll understand that your worth is not defined by your fluency. Step 4. The science of exposure. Psychologists have long known that the best way to overcome fear is gradual exposure. This means facing your fear in small, manageable steps. If speaking English feels terrifying, don't start with a big presentation. Start small. Whisper English sentences to yourself in the mirror. Record a short voice note and listen to it. Say one English word to a friend. Each small exposure will signal to your brain, see? Nothing bad happened. Slowly, your fear will shrink. Step 5. Build a new story. Right now, your brain might be running an old script. I can't speak English. I'll embarrass myself. I'll never sound natural. But you have the power to rewrite this script. Start telling yourself a new story. I am learning, and learning means progress. My mistakes are my teachers. I am brave enough to speak. Repeat these lines daily. Over time, your new story will replace the old one. Your fear is not a wall, it's a doorway. And on the other side of that doorway is your fluency, your confidence, your freedom. The first step is understanding that your anxiety is not here to destroy you. It's here to guide you, to remind you that growth is happening. So the next time your hands shake or your voice trembles, smile and say, "This is me becoming fluent." Pause this audiobook for a moment and grab a notebook. Write down 3 specific fears you have about speaking English. Then, next to each fear, write one small step you can take this week to face it. Keep this list with you. Each time you act, you'll see proof that your fear is shrinking and your fluency is growing. Chapter 2. Reprogramming your mindset. Imagine this: 2 learners walk into the same English class. One says, "I'll never be fluent, this is too hard." The other says, "I'm nervous, but every lesson is building my future." Both students face the same challenges, but only one will succeed. Why? Because fluency doesn't start with your tongue, it starts with your mind. Most learners believe that speaking fluency is about grammar rules, memorizing vocabulary, or perfect pronunciation. While these are important, they are not the foundation. The real foundation of fluency is mindset. Your beliefs about yourself, your abilities, and your future shape every word you speak. If your mindset is filled with fear, doubt, and self-criticism, English will always feel like a battle. But if your mindset is filled with courage, patience, and self-belief, English will become your ally. In other words, fluency begins in your thoughts long before it shows in your speech. Step 1. Shift from perfection to progress. Perfection is the enemy of progress. Many learners stay silent because they don't want to speak until their English is perfect. But perfection is a moving target, it doesn't exist. Even native speakers make mistakes, forget words, or change sentences mid-speech. The goal is not perfection. The goal is communication. Every time you choose to speak, even with mistakes, you win. Because fluency is built on action, not theory. Shift your focus from I must be perfect to I must be progressing. Ask yourself at the end of each day, did I try to use English today? If the answer is yes, then you succeeded. Step 2. Create empowering beliefs. Your brain listens to everything you say about yourself. If you keep saying, I can't do this, your brain accepts it as truth. But when you say, I am learning and I am improving, your brain starts searching for evidence to support it. Here are 3 empowering beliefs you can adopt. I am capable of learning English step by step. Every time I practice, I grow more fluent. I deserve to use English confidently in my life. Write these down. Say them daily. Slowly, they will replace the negative beliefs holding you back. Step 3. Visualize your future self. Close your eyes and imagine your future self speaking English confidently. Picture yourself at a job interview, a coffee shop, or a trip abroad. See the smile on your face, the calm in your body, the respect in people's eyes. This mental picture is not fantasy, it's training. Athletes use visualization to prepare for big games, and you can use it to prepare for conversations. The more vividly you imagine success, the more your brain believes it's possible. Step 4. Redefine failure. Most learners see failure as proof they're not good enough. But let's flip that. Failure is not the opposite of success, it's the path to success. Each time you stumble, you are collecting data. That wrong word you used today teaches you the right word for tomorrow. The fear of failure loses power when you see it as feedback. Think of Thomas Edison, who tried thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. When asked about his failures, he said, I didn't fail. I just found 10,000 ways that didn't work. That's the mindset you need for fluency. Every failure is simply one step closer to your goal. Step 5. Surround yourself with positivity. Mindset is influenced by environment. If you constantly hear negative voices, whether from yourself or others, it will drain your confidence. Surround yourself with positivity. Follow YouTube channels, podcasts, or communities that encourage language learners. Avoid people who mock or discourage you. Your environment is like soil. The right soil helps your English grow strong. Your mindset is your engine. If it's running on doubt, you'll stall. But if it's fueled by belief, persistence, and positivity, nothing can stop you. Remember, fluency is not a destination, it's a journey, and your mindset determines whether that journey feels like a struggle or an adventure. Tonight, write down 3 negative thoughts you usually have about speaking English. Then, rewrite each one into a positive, empowering belief. For example, negative, I'll never sound natural. Positive, every day my English sounds more natural. Repeat these new beliefs aloud every morning for 1 week. Notice how your confidence begins to shift. Chapter 3. Building confidence with small wins. Think about climbing a mountain. If you focus only on the peak, it feels impossible. But if you take it step by step, celebrating each little rock you climb, suddenly the impossible becomes possible. Fluency is the same. You don't need giant leaps. You need small wins. And each small win builds your confidence like bricks building a strong wall. Confidence is not something you're born with, it's something you build. And the secret to building it is momentum. Every small victory, no matter how tiny, adds weight to your belief that you can speak English. Over time, these wins stack up until one day you realize, I'm not afraid anymore. The problem is, many learners ignore small wins because they think only big achievements count, like passing a test or giving a full presentation. But the truth? Every word you speak is a victory. And victories deserve recognition. Step 1. Redefine what counts as success. Most learners wait for big milestones to feel proud. But what if you started celebrating the small steps? For example, you asked a stranger for directions in English. That's a win. You ordered coffee without switching back to your native language. That's a win. You understood a sentence in a movie without subtitles. That's a win. Each of these may seem small, but together they create unstoppable progress. Confidence grows when you notice and celebrate every step forward. Step 2. Use the one-sentence rule. Don't pressure yourself to speak for 5 minutes straight. Start with one sentence. For example, if someone asks, "How are you?" answer in English instead of your native language. One sentence today, another sentence tomorrow. Gradually, your brain learns that English is safe. This rule lowers the pressure and makes speaking manageable. Step 3. Create a victory journal. At the end of each day, write down at least one small English success. It doesn't matter how tiny it seems. Over a month, you'll have a collection of victories to look back on. This journal becomes your evidence that you are improving, even when doubt tries to convince you otherwise. Step 4. Practice in low-stakes environments. Build confidence where the risk of judgment is low. Talk to yourself in English while cooking. Describe what you see on a walk. Record your thoughts into your phone. The more you practice privately, the more natural it feels publicly. Low-stakes practice removes pressure and builds comfort. Step 5. Reward yourself. Humans are wired to repeat behaviors that bring rewards. So, reward yourself after every English effort. Maybe it's a piece of chocolate, a break to watch your favorite show, or simply saying, "Well done, me." These rewards train your brain to associate English with positivity, not stress. Step 6. Stack wins like Lego blocks. Imagine every win as a Lego block. Alone, one block seems small. But stacked together, they create something powerful. Your confidence works the same way. Every thank you spoken to a shopkeeper, every WhatsApp message typed in English, every phrase understood in a song, they all stack up. Slowly, you're building a tower of fluency, one block at a time. Confidence doesn't arrive in one big moment, it grows like a garden. Each small seed you plant, each little action you take, nurtures it. One day, without realizing it, you'll look back and see how far you've climbed. Remember, the peak of fluency is reached not by giant leaps, but by celebrating every small step along the way. For the next 7 days, commit to the one-sentence rule. Speak at least one sentence in English every day, no matter how short. Keep a victory journal and record each success. At the end of the week, read your list aloud. Feel the confidence growing inside you. Each sentence is a brick. And with every brick, you're building your fluency. Chapter 4: The Power of Daily Practice. What if I told you that just 10 minutes a day could completely change your fluency? Most learners think they need hours of study to improve their English. But the truth is, fluency isn't built in long, exhausting sessions. It's built in short, consistent, daily habits. The secret to mastery is not intensity, it's consistency. Think about brushing your teeth. You don't brush for 3 hours once a week, you brush for 2 minutes every day. Why? Because small daily actions keep your teeth healthy. The same principle applies to English. Daily practice keeps your skills alive, sharp, and growing. The problem is, many learners study in big bursts and then stop. They memorize hundreds of words in one weekend, but by the next week, they've forgotten half of them. Daily practice prevents this cycle. It's like watering a plant. A little water every day makes it grow, but if you drown it once a month, it won't survive. Step 1: Make it daily, not perfect. Don't worry about practicing perfectly. The goal is consistency, not perfection. Even 5 minutes of reading aloud, listening to a podcast, or speaking to yourself is better than nothing. It's not about how much you do in one day, it's about what you do every day. Step 2: Build microhabits. A microhabit is a small, simple action that fits easily into your day. Examples: listen to one English song every morning while brushing your teeth. Read one English sentence before bed. Send one WhatsApp message in English each day. These microhabits seem small, but over time they create massive results. Like drops of water filling a jar, your efforts will add up until your jar is overflowing with fluency. Step 3: Combine practice with routine. Attach English practice to something you already do. For example, while making coffee, describe the steps in English. During your commute, listen to an English podcast. While cooking dinner, name the ingredients in English. By connecting English to daily routines, practice becomes natural, not forced. Step 4: Balance input and output. Fluency requires both input, listening and reading, and output, speaking and writing. Many learners only focus on input. They watch movies, listen to music, or read articles, but they rarely speak. This creates what I call silent knowledge. You understand, but you can't produce. Daily practice must include both. For example, input: watch a short YouTube video in English. Output: summarize it in 1 or 2 sentences aloud. This balance ensures that what goes in also comes out. Step 5: Track your streak. Humans love progress we can see. Use a calendar, notebook, or app to track your daily English practice. Every day you practice, mark it with a big X. After a week, you'll see a streak forming. Your brain will want to keep the streak alive. This visual reminder becomes a powerful motivator. Step 6: Don't break the chain. There will be days when you're tired, busy, or unmotivated. That's normal. On those days, don't aim for perfection. Just do something small to keep the chain alive. Even 1 minute counts. The key is, never break the chain of daily practice. Momentum is built not by doing a lot once, but by doing a little always. Fluency is not the result of one giant effort. It's the result of small, daily actions that compound over time. Think of each day as a brick. Alone, one brick doesn't look like much. But brick by brick, you are building a strong, unshakable foundation of confidence. Remember, it's not about practicing until you're tired. It's about practicing until it's automatic. Today, choose one micro habit you can start immediately. Maybe it's reading one English sentence before bed, listening to a 2-minute podcast in the morning, or saying one phrase out loud while cooking. Commit to it for 7 days straight. Track your streak. At the end of the week, you'll see proof that small steps create big results. Chapter 5: Speaking Strategies in Real Life. You've practiced at home. You've repeated phrases, listened to podcasts, maybe even written in your journal. But then it happens, you step into the real world, and suddenly English feels different. Your brain freezes, your tongue locks, and all the words you studied vanish. Sound familiar? Don't worry. With the right strategies, you can turn real-life conversations into opportunities instead of obstacles. Fluency doesn't live in textbooks. It lives in real conversations with your teacher, your friends, strangers at a cafe, or colleagues at work. But real conversations are unpredictable. People speak fast, use slang, or ask questions you don't expect. That's why you need strategies, not just vocabulary lists. Strategies give you tools to stay calm, respond naturally, and keep the conversation flowing. Step 1: Use survival phrases. You don't need to understand everything to keep talking. Learn a set of survival phrases you can use when you get stuck. For example, sorry, could you repeat that? What does underscore 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 mean? Can you say it more slowly? Let me think for a moment. These phrases buy you time and show confidence. Instead of panicking in silence, you take control of the conversation. Step 2: Master the art of paraphrasing. Sometimes you don't know the exact word. That's okay. Use the words you do know to explain what you mean. For example, if you forget the word umbrella, you can say, the thing you use when it rains. This skill is powerful. It keeps the conversation moving and helps you communicate even with limited vocabulary. Step 3: Ask more, speak less. People love talking about themselves. If you're nervous, shift the focus by asking questions. Instead of worrying about your grammar, practice being curious. Ask: how was your weekend? What do you like to do after work? Can you recommend a good movie? By asking questions, you take pressure off yourself and keep the conversation flowing naturally. Step 4: Use the 3-second rule. When someone asks you a question, don't overthink. Count 1, 2, 3 in your head and start speaking, even if your sentence isn't perfect. Why? Because hesitation makes anxiety grow. Starting quickly helps your brain catch up and reduces fear. Remember, fluency is about flow, not flawless grammar. Step 5: Practice in safe spaces first. Before jumping into high-pressure situations, Practice in safe environments. Join online language exchanges, conversation clubs, or talk with supportive friends. These spaces are designed for learners, so mistakes are expected. The more you practice in safe spaces, the easier it becomes in the real world. Step 6. Use technology as your practice partner. Apps, voice assistants, and even AI chatbots can be great conversation partners. Ask Siri or Alexa questions in English. Use language exchange apps to connect with real people. Record voice messages instead of just typing. These small tech-based interactions prepare you for real-life conversations without fear of judgment. Step 7. Celebrate every real interaction. Every time you use English in real life, whether ordering food, greeting a stranger, or asking for help, it's a victory. Don't dismiss it. Recognize it as proof that you are living your fluency, not just studying it. Real conversations may feel scary, but they are the bridge between learning and living English. With survival phrases, curiosity, and courage, you can handle any situation. Remember, you don't need to be perfect to connect. You just need to be present, open, and willing to try. Each conversation is not a test. It's training for the confident speaker you are becoming. This week, challenge yourself to use English at least once in a real-life situation. It could be ordering food, asking for directions, or sending a short voice message to a friend. Afterward, write it in your victory journal. Reflect on what went well and what you can improve. Step by step, you're turning practice into performance. Chapter 6. Turning mistakes into growth. Let me ask you a question. When was the last time you made a mistake in English? Maybe you used the wrong tense, mispronounced a word, or completely froze in a conversation. How did you feel? Embarrassed? Frustrated? Maybe even ashamed? If so, you're not alone. But here's the truth, mistakes aren't the enemy, they are the very fuel that drives fluency. Think about how you learned your first language. Did you speak perfectly from the start? No. As a child, you probably said words wrong, mixed up grammar, and invented your own phrases. But instead of quitting, you kept talking. And guess what? You became fluent. The same principle applies to English. Mistakes are not proof that you're bad at English. They're proof that you're learning. The problem is that most learners fear mistakes so much that they stay silent. But silence doesn't build fluency, speaking does. And speaking always includes errors. So if you want to grow, you must change your relationship with mistakes. Step 1. Redefine mistakes as lessons. Instead of asking, "What did I do wrong?" I ask, "What did I learn from this?" For example, if you used the wrong verb tense, now you know which tense to practice. If you mispronounced a word, now you know which sound needs attention. If you forgot a word, now you know what to add to your vocabulary list. Each mistake is a teacher giving you free feedback. Step 2. Laugh at your errors. Laughter removes fear. The next time you say something funny by accident, laugh about it. Share the story with a friend. Instead of feeling shame, turn the mistake into a memory. You'll remember it better and feel lighter. Humor is a secret weapon against fear. Step 3. Track your mistake wins. Just like a victory journal, keep a mistake journal. Each time you make a mistake, write it down. But don't stop there, write the correction next to it. Over time, this becomes a powerful record of growth. You'll see proof that mistakes didn't stop you, they shaped you. Step 4. Learn from native speakers. Even native speakers make mistakes. They misspell words, forget vocabulary, or say awkward sentences. Watch interviews or live shows, you'll notice it. Once you realize mistakes are part of every language, you'll stop treating them as disasters. You'll start treating them as normal. Step 5. Practice fearless speaking sessions. Set aside 5 to 10 minutes to speak without worrying about mistakes. Talk about your day, describe what's around you, or explain your favorite movie. Don't stop to correct yourself. Don't pause to think about grammar. Just speak. Later, if you want, you can review and correct. But during the session, the goal is freedom, not perfection. This trains your brain to value communication over correctness. Step 6. Remember the mistake to mastery formula. Here's a simple truth. The more mistakes you make, the more corrections you get. The more corrections you get, the faster you improve. So mistakes don't slow your progress, they speed it up. Every error is a step on the staircase to fluency. Mistakes are not scars, they are stepping stones. Each error, each stumble, each awkward sentence is proof that you are on the path of growth. Without mistakes, fluency is impossible. With them, fluency becomes inevitable. So the next time you make a mistake, smile and say, "Thank you, mistake. You just made me better." This week, challenge yourself to keep a mistake journal. Every time you make an error, big or small, write it down, along with the correct version. At the end of the week, read through it and notice how much you've learned. Instead of running from mistakes, start collecting them like treasures. Each one is proof of your courage to speak. Chapter 7. From Nervous to Natural, Long-Term Fluency. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine this. You're in a cafe in London, New York, or Sydney. You order confidently. You chat with the barista, laugh with new friends, and share your thoughts without hesitation. The nerves that once held you back are gone. Speaking English feels as natural as breathing. Sounds like a dream? It's not. It's your future. And today, you're going to learn how to get there. Fluency doesn't happen overnight. It's a journey of small steps, repeated daily, shaped by your mindset, habits, and courage. The good news? You already have the tools. You've faced your fears, reprogrammed your mindset, celebrated small wins, practiced daily, used real-life strategies, and turned mistakes into growth. Now, it's time to weave these lessons into a long-term plan that transforms nervous learners into natural speakers. Step 1. Think long-term, act short-term. Your vision is fluency, but your actions must focus on the next step, not the final destination. Big goals can feel overwhelming. That's why you must break them into small, daily actions. Ask yourself, what can I do today that brings me 1% closer to fluency? A conversation, a journal entry, a podcast episode, all count. Progress is built 1% at a time. Step 2. Build English into your identity. Stop thinking of English as just a subject you're studying. Make it part of who you are. Say to yourself, I am an English speaker in progress. This shift changes how you show up. Instead of waiting for the perfect level to claim English as yours, own it now. You don't need to be perfect to belong. You are already a speaker because you speak. Step 3. Create your environment of growth. Fluency flourishes in the right environment. Surround yourself with English as much as possible. Change your phone settings to English. Follow English-speaking creators. Read news, watch movies, listen to music, all in English. The more English becomes part of your daily life, the faster it becomes natural. Step 4. Keep expanding your comfort zone. Fluency grows every time you push your limits. Maybe today you introduce yourself to a stranger. Next week, you join an online discussion group. Next month, you give a short presentation at work. Each step outside your comfort zone stretches your confidence. The key is gradual growth, always a little challenge, but never so much that it paralyzes you. Step 5. Focus on connection, not perfection. When you speak English, remember, people care more about connection than grammar. Your smile, your energy, your willingness to communicate matter more than using the correct article or verb tense. If your goal is connection, fluency will follow naturally. Step 6. Make English part of your purpose. Ask yourself, why do I want fluency? Maybe it's for your career, travel, studies, or friendships. Write that purpose down and revisit it often. When motivation fades, and it will, your purpose will keep you moving. Purpose turns practice from a chore into a mission. Step 7. Celebrate the transformation. Look back at who you were when you first started, nervous, hesitant, maybe even silent. Now look at who you are becoming, braver, more confident, ready to use English in the real world. That transformation is proof that you are not just learning a language, you are becoming a stronger version of yourself. Fluency is not a finish line. It's a lifestyle. It's the courage to speak today, the habit to practice tomorrow, and the belief that you are growing every step of the way. From nervous to natural, your journey is unfolding. And one day, without even noticing, you'll look around and realize, I am living fluency. Write a letter to your future self, the fluent, confident English speaker you are becoming. Describe what your life looks like, how you feel, and what opportunities have opened because of your fluency. Keep this letter somewhere safe. On the days when fear returns, read it. Remind yourself that nervousness is temporary, but fluency is forever. Conclusion: your journey from fear to fluency. Take a deep breath. Do you feel it? That spark inside you, the one that carried you through these chapters, is the same spark that will carry you to fluency. You've faced your fears, discovered your strengths, and built a toolkit for confidence. But the most important truth is this: your journey is not over. In fact, it has just begun. Learning English is not just about mastering words or grammar. It's about transforming yourself. At the beginning, fear may have whispered, "You're not good enough. What if you make a mistake?" But now, you know the truth. Mistakes are steps, fear is fuel, and courage is your companion. Think about it. Every time you dared to speak, even if your voice shook, you planted a seed. Every small practice session, every new word, every moment you pushed beyond comfort was like water and sunlight for that seed. Slowly, steadily, you've grown. And today, you're standing taller than ever before. Here's what you must carry forward. Your fear is not the enemy. It's a sign you care, a reminder that you're about to grow. Confidence is built, not born. Every word you speak in English adds a brick to your foundation. Fluency is not perfection. It's connection. It's expressing your ideas, your heart, and your story in another language. Daily practice matters more than talent. Show up, even for 5 minutes a day, and you will outgrow your doubts. Your journey inspires others. By stepping out of fear, you light the way for every learner who feels the same anxiety you once did. Remember the image we painted earlier, you, in a cafe, speaking naturally, connecting with strangers, laughing with friends. That vision is no longer a distant dream. It's a reality you are building, one conversation at a time. But let's be clear, fluency will not arrive on one magical day. It will sneak into your life quietly. You'll notice it the first time you understand a joke without translating. Or when you give your opinion in English without rehearsing. Or when you realize that speaking no longer feels like a test, but simply like living. That's when you'll know you've gone from fear to fluency. You are not the same learner who began this audiobook. You are stronger, braver, and more capable than you believed. The road ahead may still have challenges, but you now have the courage to walk it. Every time fear tries to return, remember this truth: you are not learning English for the words, you are learning it for the life those words unlock. From today, make a promise to yourself: speak even when it's hard. Practice even when it's uncomfortable. And believe even when doubt knocks at your door. Your journey is unique, but you are never alone. Millions of learners are walking the same path, and now you are part of that global community of brave voices. So go ahead, use your English. Write that message. Start that conversation. Share your story. The world is waiting to hear your voice. Because your journey from fear to fluency is not just about English. It's about unlocking the confident, unstoppable version of you.